A partial United States government shutdown appears likely to continue into next week amid an impasse over funding President Donald Trump's proposed wall along the border with Mexico. Both chambers of Congress convened and adjourned within minutes, without taking action to end the 6-day shutdown. Whether or not to fund the wall is the issue holding up the passing of a government funding budget. Both sides now seem to accept that the dispute will continue into 2019. The funding dispute has left hundreds of thousands of federal employees either on unpaid leave and not knowing when they will get paid. Mr. Trump says he will not compromise on his demands for funding to build a border wall between the United States and Mexico to tackle illegal immigration. He is refusing to sign a wider spending package, forcing large parts of the government to shut down. But opposition Democrats who take over the House of Representatives in January, and some within Mr. Trump's party, the Republicans, insist they will not give the president the $5 bill he says he needs. Have the Democrats finally realized that we desperately need border security and a wall on the southern border, need to stop drugs, human trafficking, gang members criminals from coming into our country? Do the Dems realize that most of the people not getting paid are Democrats? End of Twitter post by @real Donald Trump. The president's opponents accuse him of exaggerating the issue of immigration for political gain, and argue that there are better forms of border security than a wall. No end in sight to the president's government shutdown has taken our government hostage over his outrageous demand for a $5 billion border wall that would be both wasteful and ineffective. End of Twitter post by @Senator Dudon. The situation has added to concerns over the outlook of the United States economy in 2019, leading the stock market on a roller coaster ride in recent days. His Republican Party controls both chambers of the outgoing Congress, and the budget was indeed passed by the House on Thursday by 270 votes to 185. However, he needs to find 60 votes in the 100-seat Senate, where the Republicans currently have 51. So he needs to enlist the support of Democrats there. 9 of 15 federal departments, including state, homeland security, transportation, agriculture and justice, began partially shutting down after funding for them lapsed at midnight, 5:00 GMT, last Saturday. Hundreds of thousands of federal employees will have to work unpaid or off-road, a kind of temporary leave. In practice, this means that the remaining 75% of the federal government is fully funded until September 2019, so the Defense, Veterans Affairs, Labor and Education departments are not affected. A poacher has been ordered to watch the Disney film Bambi repeatedly after he was convicted of illegally killing hundreds of deer. Missouri hunter David Barry, Jr., must view the film at least once a month during his year-long sentence. He was arrested in August along with 2 family members for killing the deer, taking their heads and leaving their bodies to rot. Prosecutors said it is reportedly one of the biggest poaching cases in Missouri history, on top of the jail sentence of the illegal deer hunting. Judge Robert George ordered Barry Jr. to view the Walt Disney movie Bambi, with the first viewing being on or before December 23,
2018.
and at least one such viewing each month thereafter. During his spell in prison, the 1942 cartoon about woodland creatures shows a hunt to kill the mother of eponymous deer character Bambi. A months-long investigation, spanning several states, led to the arrest of Barry Jr., his father David Barry, Sr., and his brother Kyle Barry. according to a local newspaper, the Springfield News Leader. While the total number of deer taken illegally is unknown, Lawrence County's conservation agent Tandy Barnes said it could be several hundred. Barry Jr. received a year-long sentence in Lawrence County Prison after pleading guilty to illegally taking wildlife. He has also been sentenced to a 1-to-0-day term in Barton County Prison for a firearms probation violation, and both he and his father had their hunting privileges revoked for life by the Missouri Conservation Commission. A popular tourist attraction has become the latest Chinese company to show solidarity with Huawei's chief finance officer, Meng Wanzhou, who was arrested in Canada on 1 December. Shannon Mountain Scenic Park in eastern Hainan province said it would waive the $9.65 ticket fee for anyone carrying a Huawei phone. Ms. Meng, who was given bail in Canada, faces extradition to the United States on charges of breaking Iran sanctions. Her case has upped tensions with China. Use Huawei phones. Shoot grand photos on the mountain. A notice on the Shannon Park's social media account said, "We wish friends around the world who support Huawei's success and bliss." The offer would last until 29 December. The South China Morning Post reported, but it was met with some criticism among China's social media users, who claimed it was discriminatory. Huawei phone owners are being offered other enticements too. They can get a 20% discount at a border in Beijing. Seen in Beijing, bring a Huawei phone and get 20% off. Similar to this story we covered yesterday, https://qxl19ypqlpic. Twitter.com Soccerloaf. End of Twitter post by @LuOceanG. At least one firm has threatened to penalize anyone buying Apple products. A few days ago, Manpad Shenzhen-based LED and display manufacturer offered subsidies to any employees buying Huawei phones. It also pledged to fine anyone who bought an Apple iPhone. United States prosecutors alleged Ms. Meng
46
used the Huawei subsidiary called Skycom to evade sanctions on Iran between 2009 and 2014. They also allege she publicly misrepresented Skycom as being a separate company from Huawei, and that she deceived banks about the true relationship between the two companies. Ms. Meng, who is the daughter of Huawei's founder, has denied any wrongdoing and said she will contest the allegations. Life of Huawei's high-flying heiress. The United States has been investigating the Chinese telecoms giant, the world's second-largest smartphone maker, since 2016, believing that it used Skycom to bring United States manufacturing equipment and millions of dollars in transactions to Iran in violation of sanctions. Ms. Meng's detention comes amid an increasingly acrimonious trade dispute between Washington and Beijing. China is angry at her detention, saying she has not violated any laws. Beijing has threatened severe consequences unless Canada releases the executive. Since her arrest, 2 Canadians, a former diplomat and a businessman, have been detained in China on suspicion of harming national security. United States President Donald Trump said last week that he might intervene in the United States Justice Department's case against Ms. Meng if it would serve national security interests. I'll help achieve a trade deal with China if I think it's good for what will be certainly the largest trade deal ever made, which is a very important thing. What's good for national security? I would certainly intervene if I thought it was necessary, he told Reuters news agency. Canada reacted by urging Mr. Trump not to politicize the situation. Our extradition partners should not seek to politicize the extradition. process are used for ends other than the pursuit of justice. Foreign Minister Chrystia Freeland said, a poacher has been ordered to watch the Disney film Bambi repeatedly after he was convicted of illegally killing hundreds of deer. Missouri hunter David Barry, Jr., must view the film at least once a month during his year-long sentence.